There's something curious about this broadcast.
This is TGP Nominal. Commence episode now.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!
All systems remain nominal.
Welcome back to the Garbage Pod stroke TGP Nominal Christmas Crossover. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we rewind back to the 27th of October for a special event that took place at Stoke Mandeville Stadium.
Happy holidays to all the listeners of TGP Nominal. This is Richard Garriott. I'm an honorary crew member. I'm an astronaut. I flew on Soyuz TMA-13 to the ISS in 2008. Some of you video game players may know me also as Lord British, working on my newest game, Shroud of the Avatar. You know, as we are wrapping up one more trip around the sun, I know that many may lament getting 1 year older, but I must say that I am particularly excited about the current state of space science and technology while we are in a new golden era of space exploration, of human space exploration, where costs are coming down, access frequency is increasing, which means safety will also be increasing. And I, for one, am very bullish on my own ability to get back into space, which also comes along with the fact that I believe all of us will have an easier time fulfilling our own dreams in space, beyond the Earth, and maybe even on another planet. So here's to seeing you in the near future in space. Happy holidays.
Hi, this is Zach Galligan, and you're listening to the TGP podcast. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hey, TGP Nominal podcast listeners. This is Noah Petro, the project scientist of NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, lunar scientist, space enthusiast, and I want to wish everyone a happy, safe holiday season and a most wonderful new year. I look forward to talking to you in the new year. I hope you have a chance to get outside, enjoy the night sky, and look forward to exciting things to come. Take care, everybody.
Blast off into the podosphere with TGP Nominal.
Regular listeners to the show might remember we attended our first Aylesbury Comic-Con in the summer, which was organised by Mark Willard at Striking Events. Aylesbury Comic-Con has now been taken over by Bolt Events, and we were invited to attend the winter version of the event, which took place on the 27th of October at the world-famous Stoke Mandeville Stadium. For the first part of the day, I was joined by Bobby Astalis, or Boa, as he's known on social media. We were later joined by TGP Nominal's very own Southern Belle, Liz Springs. After a couple of hours, I sat down with Bobby and asked him about his first impressions of the event under the new management. But that wasn't the only reason. Have a listen to this. So, I'm at Stoke Mandeville Stadium for the second of the Aylesbury Comic Cons, because there's one every 6 months, I think it is now. And I'm here with the TikTok astronomer, Bobby. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, how you doing, Mark? Thank you so much for the invitation. It's a really good day, isn't it?
It is. It's a little bit different than the one we went to before, but I think in many respects it's a lot better, because there seems to be a lot more kids dressed up this time round.
Oh yeah, I saw it. It's like we have 2 hours and a bit just here. A lot of kids with a lot of costumes, new costumes from the last times.
Yeah.
More people actually dressed than last time. Although the event looks almost the same, but yeah, it's quite impressive. We noticed the aisles are wider now, so it's more accessible.
Yep.
Than it was before. Probably there's less stands than before, but it's much wider. So
yeah, and this is the first time that Bolt Events has taken the reins. We've Zoe in charge, and she's made a few changes that I think have improved on the one in June. But her first time doing the Aylesbury event, but it's quite an impressive event. Now, the reason why I stopped to have a chat with you today is that this is your second event that you've done with us, and you've done other things with us as well. So I thought it would be a great time to induct you as one of our honorary crew members. So I have one of our patches here.
Oh, that looks amazing. Wow.
And so I'm going to take a photograph of you with it and induct you on our honorary crew members wall.
Wow, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's an honor, honestly. We don't know each other for a long time. We've been like 3 events,
yeah,
I think. But it's I like this collaboration we've been through. Oh, this looks absolutely amazing. It's like, well, my next picture on TikTok. Here we go. For my followers, I just got baptized into the TGP Nominal. Thank you so much, Mark. I really appreciate it. It's beautiful. I'm speechless. I love it.
So the next thing I'm going to do is get you on my phone.
All right.
And
where do I sign?
And then we'll carry on with our day.
No, it's going to be a lovely day. There's a lot of people already. I think there's like 200, 300 people already. It's a brilliant day. It's warm outside. It's sunny. Yeah. I think it's going to be a lovely day.
Excellent. Bobby said to me afterwards that he was going to frame his mission patch and put it on his wall. Now, I thought he was joking until he sent me an actual photograph of it framed. It really did mean a lot to him to become an honorary crew member. So that's awesome to have him on the team. And he's always happy to help us out, whether it's the Garbage Pod or TGP Nominal. So I thought it would be a good idea for our Liz to practice her interviewing skills by chatting with artist and illustrator Grant Perkins. Now, she knows Grant quite well, so it was easier for her to talk with him.
We're here at Aylesbury Comic Con with Grant Perkins, the awesome illustrator who actually draws things, not computer digital things. Mm-hmm. Just to make that clear. I love your art. It's probably been about the same amount of time, 7 or 8 years, since I first met you. And I do love your style.
You're very kind.
No, I'm honest. But especially about the wrestling thing, you don't see that as often at things like this. You tend to get people, it's very sort of either movie reference or a particular type of movie or the TV shows or something. I think the wrestler aspect is really unique.
Well, wrestling is not that different from TV, movies, or even comic books. At the heart of it, it's good guy versus bad guy, and there's some colourful spandex in the middle and some random violence, so it's the same kind of stuff. So it lends itself very well to comic books. And I've been lucky enough, as not only a wrestling fan from, since Marty dived out the window to get away from Sean, if you get that reference, you're far too old. I've been lucky enough to write and draw some of the comics for WWE. So it's been a dream come true for me on that front.
That is fantastic. I mean, again, from my thing of growing up, WrestleMania, back when in the late 1900s, as they put it, when ITV used to have the
World of Sport?
Well, we used to have the Vault on a Saturday morning it was cartoons, then it was the music show, the Vault, and then it was reruns of the WWE or whatever because of the different time zones. And yeah, like you said, spandex, violence, showmanship, much acting.
Yeah, I mean,
brilliant.
It's what fascinated me during lockdown when they decided which jobs were able to carry on working, which were essential and what weren't. And wrestling was deemed essential. So you couldn't stand within 2 meters of each other unless you were in your pants pretending to have a fight. And then it was fine.
That's amazing. That's up there with, like, you know, women's baseball during World War II. Yes, we must have this entertainment while the world is going to hell. I like it a lot. Is drawing something that you've always enjoyed, or like kid scribbling onwards, or is this a later?
Drawing is not something I do, it's something that I am. Yes, I was as a kid scribbling on everything, but it's now, to me, it's not something I could stop doing. It's like breathing. It's something that I have to do. If I was doing a 9-to-5 Joe job, I'd come home and draw, and have done in the past. I've had my fair share of muck jobs, but now I'm fortunate enough that my drawing is my job. It's been there since day dot. I lost the umbilical cord, found a pencil. It was a fair trade-off.
As I said, I love your work, and I love that everybody else does too, for this to be able to be a business. Well, they always say if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life, apparently. I've not quite got that bit myself, but also, as you literally put it, we've got wrestling in a folder, we've got Doctor Who in a folder, and then your childhood in a folder.
I'm a big fan of monetising your childhood.
From my perspective, all the things we loved as kids, and, you know, mom can I have, no. We're now basically the kids, but with money.
Yes.
And we can buy that Lego Ecto 1 and things like that. And we're a dangerous demographic, really, isn't it? It's the Gen X and the Zennials end of things.
I lose track of all these letters. I'm not sure which one I am.
I figure if you were in high school by the time you got a cell phone and it still had like a single color screen, that end of the spectrum.
No, I didn't get my first phone until university.
I was 16.
I figure we're about the same age, about 20, maybe 21.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm Generation G for Grant.
I like it. I'm generation I remember seeing Ghostbusters in the cinema.
No, I was...
that.
I think I got that from Buster Video.
And if you ever, remember Blockbuster, or if you bring up Artex and don't say too soon, you're too young.
If you pay attention at the end of the movie, he's alive.
Everybody comes back, but
and there's a fantastic scene with Yoda in there as well. Seriously, there is.
That split second of Atreyu and Artex riding at the end waving like everybody's fine is not enough to cancel out the childhood trauma of him crying trying to pull the horse out of the swamp. No. It will always be too soon.
It'll always be a fantastic movie with a hell of a soundtrack. But whatever you do not watch the sequels. Or the TV series. It's not good.
I've seen the sequels, not the TV series.
And for the love of God, don't even attempt to read the book.
Yes, sir. I will not do that, I promise.
No, it's about 1 million hours long.
It's like the other thing that's always too soon is how do reavers clean their spears. Yeah, you're nodding along because you know the punchline to that one. I'm not going to answer it.
You have to Google it, kids.
Yeah, answers on a postcard for the readers.
Yeah, you don't want to give away your age, but it's all about postcards.
So you mentioned that you've done work with... You've been fortunate enough to do illustrations for the WWE. Because we don't call it WWF anymore because they get confused with the animals.
Yeah.
And wrestling pandas is illegal. So they say.
It depends if you get caught.
Are there any other things that you've worked on or particularly proud of?
I've done WWE, I've done Doctor Who, I've done the Dwayne Hickenbottom books, I've done covers for Titans Doctor Who, I've done some other stuff involving penguins, the Penguins of Madagascar, I did those ones, and some other stuff I'm far too old to remember. I lose track, there's a picture back there somewhere. Yeah, I've done stuff.
So what are your real favourite go-tos? What kind of subject is your favourite?
Well, to be honest, because I'm most known for the wrestling and the Doctor Who, I'll always go to that because I know the subject matter, it's easy for me to draw, and the fans of both franchises are the absolute best. If I could return to Doctor Who tomorrow, I'd be there. I did the Strax and the Time Shark books several regenerations ago, and I still get the fans coming up to me and talking. Whether or not they're telling me that it's brilliant that they're the girl Doctor or they don't like the current Doctor, everybody's going to throw their 2 cents in, and it's fantastic to listen to everyone's opinions, even those who are wrong.
So, if anybody listening wants to find your work, how do they find you?
In my bedroom, hiding. No, that won't
Your
work.
wife might have a problem with that, so maybe let's go with a more socially non-stalker acceptable version.
Excrement. You can find me across all of your socials at The Grant Perkins. I believe I am currently on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Tinder, Grindr, CFAX, Bebo. Whatever it is you've got, you can find
even
me.
On Threads?
Yes.
And Etsy and Patreon?
Yes, you can subscribe to me on Patreon, where you get to see lots of work-in-progress shots of my artwork before I release it into the wild. And depending on what tier you're on, you can get signed prints in the mail every month.
Oh, thank you very much.
You should do that.
I'm waiting for you to start an OnlyFans.
Well, I'm thinking about that, but not enough people like my feet.
Them's the breaks. Well, thank you very much for talking to us. It is
Not a
lovely
problem,
to see
madame.
you, and I hope you have a good day today.
I have a chair, I have coffee, I have you. What more do I need?
Kiss the wife for me if I don't see her.
I will do.
All right. Thank you very much.
Night.
Night.
Grant's work is amazing and a total nostalgic trip. I have some of Grant's work in my collection. I've got an A3 piece featuring pretty much every character from the first 6 seasons of Red Dwarf, which he signed for me. But his stuff is amazing, going right back to the early 80s onwards. There's so much nostalgia, whether it be American stuff, whether it be English stuff. I mean, for the UK side of things, it's even got things like Telebugs and Super Ted and Banana Man and stuff like that. And in the American market, it's probably things like Galaxy High and other cartoons of that ilk, Smurfs, you name it, it's there. But his work is totally amazing. There'll be links to where you can have a look at his work, and if you want to purchase some of his stuff, in the show notes. One of the things that remind me of that day is one of the kids was saying, "Oh, look, Transformers." And we turned to him and said, "They're not Transformers, they're GoBots." Had all that kind of stuff there.
Of its day, very different. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, cheaper for a start.
Oh, yeah. I think one was a scooter in GoBots, wasn't there? Couldn't afford
Scooter.
couldn't afford a bike, so we'll do a scooter.
I think they had a Formula One car or something like.
Right, yeah.
They were made by Bandai, who used to make all the electronic games.
The little awful handheld ones, LCD. Yeah.
Which seemed really weird to come out with a... I don't know which came first. I think GoBots actually came first.
GoBots did come first, yes.
Wow.
GoBots came first and Transformers just took over.
Yeah.
I'd have thought GoBots saw the cash cow and went...
Nope, other way
Some
around.
of that. No, wow. There you go.
Now, I want to mention a company that had a stand at Aylesbury Comic Con. They're called 3D Craftsman, and they create 3D printed props, weapons, masks, and helmets from the movies, which were totally amazing. They also produced little toy dragons and gyroscopes, which were really intricate. But it wasn't until Liz pointed out that these items were made from one single print and not individual bits. This really blew my mind, because the movement in them, to me, doesn't seem like you would be able to do that on a 3D printer, but I know nothing. John, you'd know more about that kind of thing, where you can produce moving parts from one single print.
Well, yeah, just like that NASA wrench.
That's all one.
That's one print.
It's not.
That's one print. But the way they have it designed is that once you put a little bit of pressure on the actual wrench part, it'll break free from its supports, and then it becomes a locking mechanism. It's really clever. It's really clever the way they did it.
Now, unfortunately, the guys at 3D Craftsman were too shy to be recorded, but I love what they produce, so I wanted to give them a little plug. I've mentioned earlier in the show about the guys at TR Mascots, but at Aylesbury Comic Con they had a really huge presence. Not only was Tom in his Optimus Prime guise, but Tom and Rachel's daughter, Emily, had 2 costumes to switch between. Firstly, she was Tigger from Winnie the Pooh, and secondly, she was Barricade from Transformers, which is a really heavy costume for an 11-year-old girl to wear, but she really pulls it off. With Liz there, Liz was actually going through the costume with her family and actually discussing with them easier ways for her to get into the costume and so that it's not so heavy, because Liz is really into her costuming, as you know that, John. But we wanted to talk to Emily about her day and all about costuming and stuff, but for various reasons she is very shy when she's not in costume. However, she opened up to our Liz, who was really wonderful with her.
I am part of a group called the UK Garrison, and that is a costuming group in the UK that is a predominantly Star Wars costuming group. And they're part of an international group called the 501st. So there's groups in every country in the world that you could think of. In America, just about every state has its own separate one. Canada, Alaska, I think there's 3 members. Mongolia, China, all of it, all these people. And I've been doing costuming for a long, long time. And I would say that easily 80% of the people that do costuming are neurodivergent of some form. I call it neurospicy because I think that's more interesting.
I think that's quite a fun way of saying it.
And also, the ADHD thing, this is where we go with the different topics. We'll come back around eventually, but the ADHD thing, so they think cycles back to that whole caveman brain, fight or flight. Can I eat it or is it going to eat me? Yeah. And I'm in a situation where I could easily die. What can I do to not die?
Run. Panic. Disappear.
No. We come up with a complicated plan. We do this, we build that, we climb that, and then we kill the thing that wanted to eat us. And
you just run.
Then we have barbecue. So actually, I think we're the better out of the evolution than the Muggles, personally. Because the Muggles would just be like, So, but I do find, because then a lot of us, we get really panicky in normal situations, because Muggles are complicated. They say one thing, they mean another, and their face says something else. What's the point? Life is too short. So actually, I find a lot of people that do have autism, anxiety, ADHD, any of these things, really enjoy costuming because it takes a lot of the stress out of the day-to-day, because for that hour, you're Barricade. You're not Emily. You're not worrying about homework. You're not worrying about what you're wearing, what your friends are doing, any of that.
And nobody knows it's you hiding inside.
I'm a transformer. Nothing's going to mess with me. And the other thing that does it for me is when you see the little kids with the big smiles on their face when they see you and their faces light up. And I'm just, I tear up at times because I want to cry. I'm so happy because the kids are so happy.
That more happens when I'm in Tigger working in
Well, unfortunately for you, a lot of the kids that would have gone nuts seeing a full-size Barricade are now in their 40s with their own children. Because that was when I was a kid. Transformers, Thundercats, that was the kind of thing I watched when I was little. It's just now we're the kids that have the money to
actually do it. Yes.
We're the dangerous demographic for buying, as I said, like the Lego Ecto 1s and things like that. Yeah, we're those kids.
Wait, what did you buy the other week? Lego Bumblebee, wasn't it?
Nice. So I know somebody who has a Bumblebee creation that does morph from a car to a... It's not a wearable thing, but it's a car to a... See, I've got something else I'm going to tell you in a minute that should make you happy. And you know where I'm going to go with this in a minute. So when did you guys get married? When did you get barricaded?
About 6 months ago.
So is this the first time you've worn it in public?
Not in public. Not the first time in public.
Where else have you been? Where did we go where you then were stood in front of?
I went to see the actual Optimus Prime track.
Oh, wow.
That was in
Where was that?
Woking Car Show.
Track.
Oh, yeah, I know the one. Which is your favourite then, Barricade or Tigger?
So more people come to me and shout, "Oh, look, there's Tigger!" And people say, "Oh, Tigger," and that, but I love being Barricade more.
I used to have a Tigger toy that was about this big, And when you pushed him down, it went, I double got. Why do I bounce? Because I gotta. And it starts going, wait. Love Tigger. Used to love Tigger. But I don't know. I love the picture of getting you with Deadpool tarnished to the neck. That's my kind of thing I like about.
What about the headless barricade?
Yes.
Yeah, there is that too. There is another event that we're involved in that obviously wasn't on over COVID and is coming back next year. And it's an event called Feel the Force Day.
Okay.
If you've ever heard, you haven't heard of that one? So it sounds like a Star Wars name, but it's not just Star Wars, it's everything, and there's a bit of a sneaky misnomer in there. It's a one-day event, and it is the only convention in this country that is aimed specifically for people who are neurospicy or have mental health problems, kids, because you can touch things. You can smell things. So they have scent jars where they have done their best to recreate, for example, what like the swamp on Dagobah might smell like from Star Wars. What do you think a real Wookiee might smell like? Hairspray and coconut oil, actually. But that's in fact, the people I know who make their own Wookiee costumes, because they're made with fake hair, it's not fur, so it's like a giant wig. What they use to keep that looking smooth and shiny is actually, it's a horse product for spraying on horses' manes and tails for horse shows to make the hair all shiny. It's a combination of that, and then on the face they tend to use the Schwarzkopf Got to Be hairspray. It's one of the best for keeping the hair not moving. But yeah, they use horse stuff that you use for horse shows. The different costumers that do this event, you have to not mind being touched if you're a Star Wars one or whatever. So I know I keep coming back to Star Wars, but it's my main wheelhouse. But they have Disney princesses, they have steampunk, Doctor Who, all of this. But if you think about it, if you were blind, how would you describe what a Wookiee looks like, for example? Where would you begin?
Feel the fur.
So this is the point. So these people who do this, they don't mind people, but when you go to some of the bigger events, it's all like,
don't touch.
Stay away.
Yeah.
So it's so much more inclusive. They have breakaway spaces for if it all gets a bit too much. There is interpreters, signers, all these kinds of things to make it as inclusive as it can be. So it's very, very kid friendly, and it is very, very special needs, mental health, etc. friendly. And it is in Peterborough, and it's called Feel the Force Day. Mm-hmm. I would highly recommend checking it out. I'm assuming you're on Facebook at least.
Yeah.
So there is a Facebook group for Feel the Force costumers. Okay. But look it up. If in doubt, message somebody, or we can give you one of his cards. You can email him, and he can put you in touch.
We're already in contact.
Okay, do that. But I think you'd really enjoy that because
it's really amazing.
It would be more your speed. It's a bit more spread out. A lot more like-minded people, as in, the cool people, not the muggles. I use that one a lot. She sometimes says the normies because she's very into Wednesday and Monster High. And I like that too, but I've been using muggles for longer. But I think you'd really enjoy that one, especially if it seems like you're definitely getting bit by the costume bug, because it is addictive. It is very addictive. Because, as I said, I've got, aside from the Star Wars one, I've got a Peggy Carter from Captain America. Have you seen the Hotel Transylvania movies?
Yeah.
I made a Mavis. So I've got the stripy tights with the black dress and the wig and the holy rabies! That one was a lot of fun to do at that one, because again, kids are like,
How do you describe Barricade if you couldn't see him?
Well, there's lots of different textures on it. He's very textured on it.
Is he tall? Is he short? So I've got tall and textured.
What else would you describe it as?
Help me out some more if I could see barricade. I like that.
You can literally hear him from a mile away. Stomp.
You can hear him from a long way away.
How would you describe his face? What would we describe his face as?
Looks like a stick insect.
I like that.
Because all the Decepticons, it looks like they all have a face that look like insects or bugs.
It does. It's like the praying mantis eye lenses. Yeah, I like that.
It's a good way of describing him, isn't it? And what's he got on his chest?
Don't like that one.
What's Barricade's chest?
He's got the Decepticon logo on it.
You can't spell him. Remind yourself.
So if I still can't see Barricade, so we've got tall, stumpy, face like an insect, different textures.
His hands
So has he got
claws.
skin? He's got claws. But has he got skin?
To describe.
I mean, does he have skin like we do? Does he have fur? Is it? What else does he look like when he's not walking around?
He just looks like just a statue. When
not the character
What's his
himself.
character? Yeah. What does he turn into?
He's a police car.
So he's metal.
Decepticon, which is the bad guy. Police car. The lights on his chest, the big lights on his chest, are meant to go flash red and blue. But we're trying to make it better so it doesn't go all the time and so it's slower, so people can't see really fast lights like Mummy, so it's easier for them to actually see in that.
What's he got on his shoulders?
He's got his door.
Yeah?
The tyres. He's got the tyres of the car. 2 tyres for the hands, for a bit of the hands. And the 2 tyres on the shoulders.
One more question for you. So you got Tigger, you got Barricade. If you could have a costume of anything in the world, what would be your absolute wish? If we could wave a wand and you could have the costume for any character,
go on.
Who would you want to be?
Furry. Furry.
A furry? What kind of furry? Come,
go for it.
A hamster? I mean, come on. Now, you're going to get a really weird wish if I just go furry. You could look like a tribble. An Ewok?
Sort of purpley pinky and a turquoisey sort of colour.
Okay, but what kind of creature? Are you thinking like the fox-shaped furries?
Yeah,
or
like
rabbit or
I mean, like hamster.
Yeah, the rabbity one, fox-like rabbit type.
Cool. Very, very toasty costume to wear though. Very, very warm. That's a winter costume, not a summer costume.
But why do you like the furries? What was your love of it?
They're nice and soft and fluffy. And I like fluffy things.
I was going to say, your textures you like are fluffies, aren't they?
Yeah.
So my favourite thing is the squishmallows. The fabric. Not just the fabric, but the stuffing. The house, the type of soft, cuddly. My brother bought me, and I have a few, my brother bought me a new one in the summer, and he bought me the Jack Skellington one that's this big, because I like Jack a lot. I love Nightmare Before Christmas. But yeah, so he got me the Jack this big, so he's the super soft animal. And actually, I also have a dragon squishmallow that is this big, and it's actually on my bed as a pillow. So I literally snuggle into it. Oh, I saw it on the bag.
Yeah, I was going to say it's around somewhere. Because you just got yourself a new Squishmallow.
It is. It's the combination of how soft the fabric is, but also how soft the insides are.
What did you get on your Squishmallow? Picture. Custom picture on them.
With the truck behind.
It's like the other thing I love is when you see those, like the blankets made out of the micro fleece, they're really soft, and they're like I'll be in the store and there might be pillows, whatever, walking around the store, and I'll go, and if it's the right kind, and they're like, if it looks like the right kind, and I touch it and it's not,
that's it, game over. Yeah. You're very much like that. You're a very tactile person. Yeah.
So is my daughter. It's like there are bits of the house she won't go barefoot in because they're fabric. She doesn't like touching her feet. She'll just be like, no. Her bedroom carpet is one of them, unfortunately. So if she's getting changed, she might take the socks that she sleeps in off and then stand on them like they're a little island.
Yeah.
While she's then putting new socks in. So I get it. So do you know what? You just did an interview.
Yep.
See that?
Go, you can do it.
High five. Achievement unlocked. Well done.
All right.
See? It sounds scary when you're saying, do you want to talk to these complete strangers and have a microphone and get recorded?
But actually, just talk normal and it's all fine.
Well, that's because we're cool, but you know, it helps to be cool. I mean, you've got to lay that bit up front. But I just wanted to hear a bit more about what you like doing, that was all. And I love it when I see young kids getting involved in this stuff. I keep saying she over there. She's worn out, so we're in antisocial mode. But I took her to her first. Well, when she was younger, I took her. She makes a fantastic Hermione Granger because she's got the wavy hair and everything. But I took her to one of the big ones in London, and I was worried that it was going to be too much. And she went as Harley Quinn because she loves Harley. And actually, she loved it. I was worried it was going to be too many people, it was going to be too loud, it was going to be too busy, and actually,
This is what we worried with you when we first started doing this, wasn't it? And we thought you might disappear and panic and...
Cupboards are our best friends.
Well, cupboards are our best friends. Because of the size of us, we end up changing in cupboards. But it gives you the secret space, but at the same time you didn't panic or anything, you loved it and thrived.
And I'll tell you the other thing that's a really good friend to have. Headphones, not in-ear things. Like she got the big over-the-ear things because then it's just like, I've got my music, I don't have to listen to the people. And she does a lot of digital art, which is what she's doing now. She's drawing on Ibis Paint. She does a lot of, between that and Gacha, she does a lot of digital art. So she does a lot of that, but she really enjoyed that one. I took her to another one which she's got the full Wednesday Nevermore school uniform.
Oh yeah.
So I took her as that. She loved it. Trust the trouble is, it's now, I want to make this, and I want this costume, and I want that costume. Will you buy me this? Will you buy me that? And will you buy me the other?
Yeah.
Kid, if I could buy all of that, I'd have bought the bits to finish the 27 costumes that are on my wish list and on my in the middle of kit. I mean, God, I've got my finished list. I've got my in progress list. I've got 2 or 3 things with a view to making that costume, but that's as far as I've got list. And then there's the wish list after that.
Well, yours started as a bumblebee, didn't it?
Yeah.
And the bumblebee, unfortunately, wasn't quite what we hoped. So we gave up with that idea. And then Barricade came along and you went, I've got to try it. Barricade became your magic thing.
It was a surprise when we went to see Barricade because I had no clue about it. We just went on this car journey.
Yes.
And then when we arrived there, I was absolutely amazed.
Yeah, and then what did the gentleman there say to you? To try it on, didn't he?
Yeah. tried it on, and then I knew we had to have it. Plus, it was a long way away, so we won't come back with nothing. And also, he also had to also.
Yeah, we're already here.
There's loads of there's the barricade car that he. There's loads of Transformers stuff. And he had the Allspark, which we also took along with us as well.
Yeah, you got the Allspark with him, didn't you?
Yeah.
What else did we end up getting for free?
Oh, the proper tree movie, like the realistic one, not the new one that's just come out. The last one. What is it called again? The Beast.
Rise of the Beast.
Rise of the Beast film.
I haven't seen that one.
We got one of those big big cardboard movie.
Yeah,
Ones you find
the
in
cutouts.
cinemas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you for the reminder. I need to pop down to Vista because they've now changed their posters over to fabric, and they said I could have one of the Beetlejuice.
Oh, nice.
Fabric posters. I like a little bit of Beetlejuice.
Yes, we've got the nice big backdrop, haven't we? We haven't taken you to an outdoor event yet. We've done Comic-Cons as a barricade. Actually, no, we're supposed to Woking Car Show was an outdoor one.
Yeah. That was my actual first outdoor.
It was. First big outdoor one.
And I had to fit in between the actual truck and the first time ever in the UK jazz car. And there was only a small little gap in between which I had to sidestep through.
You did really well, though.
I just feel like Zoidberg when you do that.
You love him, don't you?
Yeah.
There's one I can think of that I reckon you'd enjoy. But if you're not very Star Warsy, then I doubt you've seen much Star Wars.
You haven't seen any of them, I don't think, yet.
I want to. I grew up.
I think she would make an excellent Jawa.
She would.
Java?
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to have to show you a picture of this first before I explain it. Jawas are amazing because I was thinking about costumes I've not finished yet, and I have a Jawa on the go. Now, they are cheeky.
They are very, very, very cheeky.
They steal anything shiny.
Perfect.
They have furry hands.
And they go jibber jabber jibber jibber.
No, they do.
Well, they sort of do.
No, they go.
But you don't have to talk, let's put it that way.
Which I always used to say Fruitini, because there used to be a Del Monte product called Fruitini. And that's what I used to say.
This is a Jawa, right?
People walking around like
So you have the big robe, the furry gloves, and then you have a mask in here with the lights in it.
People like that.
You can have a bandolier if you want. And you know what else they have? Oh, the eyes lighting up. But yeah, so you either don't have to speak at all, or you can have with the voice thing doing the pre-recorded things, and they do things like, again, utini is the main phrase that you tend to hear out of them. But yeah, they don't speak English at all.
No, they're gibberish.
But literally, if it ain't nailed down, they steal it. They love shiny things. That's that whole character style. I think
you would make a wonderful one of those.
I made one for her when she was really little. But yeah, but again, you've got the mask, and you're playing that character of being mischievous and stuff. I think you'd love it.
Because one of the things you don't like is being seen as you, do you? You like the hiding.
Yeah.
So I just suddenly thought Jawa, they're furry and they're cheeky.
Yeah.
Because you take a cheeky with the furriness of the furry.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I think I know what our Christmas project's going to be for next year.
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
Next year.
I walked in on. I've just enlightened Emily to the existence of Jawas. And now she wants one.
What, fluffies?
No.
Anything shiny
Brown robe.
goes for
Brown robe.
Star Wars.
2 eyes.
Yeah.
They fit in a much smaller bag.
Well, yeah, this one hasn't got any bags yet. That's the next task. Yeah.
As soon as she knew that there was a microphone recording, she closed down. She wouldn't want to talk. So Liz sat on the floor with her and just started to talk with her because she's got ADHD and autism. And Liz just started talking with her in general, and then she gave me the wink to press record, and she didn't know we were recording. Her mum and dad did.
Oh, okay.
But she didn't. And she just opened up, and it was just magic the way that Liz was with her. And it's just the fact that once she puts these costumes on, she becomes those characters.
I've known, a lot of people like that, especially like working on the holiday parks, with the real tiger and the real bear. Some people are a lot, I'd say 100% of people, they're totally different from when they're in character and I've done it as well, because you're not yourself.
Yeah.
You can be that little naughty little bugger. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a massive difference.
But there was this kid at Field of Force Day. We saw him each year, and he kind of changed over the years.
Mm-hmm.
The first year we saw him, he was in a Captain America outfit. And when he was in the outfit, he was Captain America.
Yeah.
And gradually, over the years, until it was the Field of Force Day in 2018, so the last one at the Kingsgate Centre.
Yeah.
And he came up to me, and he was just as himself. And he had so much confidence. And this young lad, he had some form of autism. He was on the spectrum in some form. But when I saw him in 2018, I wouldn't have known that.
Okay.
And it's all because of being part of Field of Force Day and things like that actually brought him out of himself, brought on his confidence. And again, a magic thing to see.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's one thing Field of Force Day has done for me. On many occasions when Field of Force Day has done that to me, I saw a young lad, I could tell that he was having problems with confidence and things. He was probably about 8, I suppose, and he was clinging onto his mum's leg.
Yeah.
Coming in the other direction towards him was a Cyberman.
Right.
And he actually walked towards the Cyberman and grabbed hold of his hand.
Wow.
And held on to his hand. And his mum started crying. And I said, what's the matter? And she said, he never does that.
Mm.
And that was...
Yeah, and I'm guessing a lot of children would see a Cyberman and turn and run the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He saw something in the Cyberman that sparked with him.
Yeah, there is.
And I don't know what it was. Now, towards the end of the day, I managed to catch a few minutes with the organiser of the event, Zoe Crofts. So, you've taken the reins since the Aylesbury Comic Con in June.
I have, yeah. We're now run by Bolt Events.
Yeah.
We've been going about 4 months now, but obviously I was part of the previous company, so I've always been here at Aylesbury, just now under my own name.
We've all noticed some changes from in June with the way the whole thing's laid out, which makes it a lot easier for people to get around and things like that. What things did you want to implement?
I think for me, safety is a massive thing, because one of the things is it's a family event. So you've got lots of children running around. We also do the all-inclusive. How can it be inclusive if they can't get through the aisles? So I have a member of staff that makes sure that everything's done within guidelines, the measurements are correct. Nobody's allowed to put stuff in the aisles, so there's no trip hazard. And really, everybody knows the rules. And then the public are safe, they can walk around, they can walk freely without worrying about what's on the floor.
Excellent. So, talking about the sort of numbers, have you got an idea on footfall?
There was about 1,100 today.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Considering the fact, I know one of the big events that were on in London today, it was still...
We did really well, yeah. But we are really supported by Aylesbury, I think.
Yes.
We went into town recently and we met some of the public, and they were really excited about the event. So we're trying to make it a family event within their local town. So I think mostly people did still come, yeah, which was brilliant. And the difference is now is we've implemented different things during the time of day, so that not everything's in the beginning. So you don't have this huge footfall at 9:30 and everyone's rammed into a building, because there's different things on that are different for everybody else. So like we had the lightning raffle, we have colouring, some of the events we do wand making. So we try and split it up so that the day has a footfall that flows rather than just this huge amount of people coming through the door.
Excellent. So I mean, it's every 6 months, is it? It's still going to be...
it'd be twice a year, yeah.
Yeah. Bigger and better?
100%. I just want to do more things for families so that when you're walking through the door, there's different things going on. I don't want it to be just stalls. So, like with the colouring today, that costs me nothing, it costs the family nothing, but they sit there and they have fun and they're actually colouring in the characters that we've got as cosplay because we've actually made those sheets. And it was lovely just to see the families, when do you have time to sit and colour with your kids? So people were sitting down, colouring, and then they went off and looked around the stalls, and then they went off and did some retro gaming. So I sort of just want it to be a really nice family fun day.
Excellent. Well, Zoe, it's been an absolute pleasure talking with you, and it's been fun being here today.
Good.
And it was also good to meet up with people that we've met before. It's just really nice to come back to what you know.
You're always welcome.
Thank you.
We will see you in 6 months.
Thanks
All right,
a lot.
but yeah, just come along whenever you want to.
Thank
You're more
you.
than welcome.
So the date for Aylesbury Comic Con next year is the 29th of June, and you can buy tickets in advance from the links in the show notes. So the night was drawing in and everyone was packing up their stands. Bobby was heading home to give his power chair a charge. So Liz and I sat down to talk about the day. Right, so we've come to the end of Aylesbury Comic Con, and Liz Spring's been with us most of the day.
Howdy.
And it's been fun.
Yeah, this is the first time I've been to the Aylesbury one, actually, this side of COVID. I didn't realise it's been that long.
Yeah.
So it's different, same location, but different building. It gives it a very different atmosphere to the other one. It's been an interesting mix. It's a lot more personal. Bit more of a family feel to this one to what you get at the bigger events.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't even say my inner child because as we all know, I don't adult.
It's outer child as well.
Yeah, I don't. Adulting 1 star would not recommend. Only do it when absolutely necessary. So just me being me, I did love the retro gaming wall. I hate it. It makes me feel really old calling it retro gaming, but it got in a bit of still probably my all-time favorite video game of Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah.
You either agree or you're wrong, but that's about my favorite game. And played a bit of Sonic. Played a bit of Sonic with my daughter, trying to play 2-player, realizing that actually Sonic 2 in the revolutionary 2-player mode, not really 2-player, and Tails is pretty useless. So, yeah, that was educational. Met some interesting people.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we've spoken to some people that would have been good to talk to on the microphone, but they didn't really want to.
Little bit microphone shy.
Yeah, but we'll give them a plug in the show notes anyway.
3D craftsmen that are local to Buckinghamshire. So they are on Facebook and they make film props, helmets, flexi toys and so much more. But they had some really neat 3D printed things, both fun and fidget spinners and things like that.
Yeah, that's some
the
great
attention
stuff.
to detail was really nice. All right, come on then. What was your highlight of today?
It's difficult to say really because I know where you're going to go. I know where you're going to go with this. But I think it's just the atmosphere. So many young kids in costumes this year, or this time round, and it was great to see, especially some of these young kids dressed as Ghostbusters when they actually met the Ghostbusters. It was a great look. And yeah, that did give me a kind of a Field of Force Day feel, because you know how I get at Field of Force Day. I do.
Warm fuzzies.
Yeah, I get it a lot at Field of Force Day.
Field of Force Day is its own thing. That's warm fuzzies and a box of Kleenex because the fuzzies kind of overspill out of your eyes.
And I kind of got that kind of feel with some of the kids that were costuming today. So that for me is good. And it's always good meeting up with people that you've met before. You just get that feeling again. It's a big family, and that's what I miss about other events as well.
I mean, so when we spoke to Grant earlier, I've seen Grant since before COVID. You know, we're Facebook friends, we message. I haven't seen him in person since before COVID, and when you start working out how long that's been,
that's like nearly 5 years.
It's interesting you're saying about the kids dressing up, because obviously my munchkin is very nearly 13. She'll be 13 in February. And just in her lifetime of being involved in these kind of things, and the number of kids that you see at conventions of any size, really, there's definitely been a marked difference in more kids being dressed up and being more into it. And I love it when you see the whole family going in on it.
Yeah, like we did see one today.
Whole Scooby-Doo family.
Yeah.
We had the youngest toddler is Scooby-Doo and Dad is Shaggy, and the whole family had done the whole mystery bunch. That was neat.
It's a pity they didn't put the pushchair in, make it look like the van. That would have been fantastic.
That's like there was an event in London where there was a kid in a wheelchair, and young kid in a wheelchair, and they turned the wheelchair into an X-wing.
Oh.
So yeah, there's not everybody's crafting skills is up there. Definite points for effort for the whole coordinated family, though. That was really sweet.
Yeah, because when I saw them this morning, it was just the grandma, the granddad, I think.
Oh yeah, because Grandma was Velma.
Yeah, and
Mom is Daphne, and Dad is Shaggy, and I don't know who was Fred in all of that. I think they did have everybody. It was neat. And the kid's face when I turned to the dad, and I was like, "That's such a cute puppy you've got there." Kid. Not that you asked, but my favourite.
I was coming to it.
Chatting with Barricade. That has made my moment, and I'm sure her family will end up listening to this.
Oh,
so
guaranteed.
Emily, I apologise in advance, but I really enjoyed talking with her, and it really kind of brings it home and reaffirms how worth it all this stuff is when you can not just reach the younger generation, but you see their enthusiasm and their enjoyment for it. And like when we asked her about what her favorite thing is, and she's like, the kids' faces. She's 11 and she's already enjoying making other little kids happy, and that just makes cosplay mom over here feel all warm and fuzzy with that idea. And I love that.
And it's only going to grow.
Well, exactly, and it's that thing of where people, you're too old to costume. No. But the fact that the younger generations in general are still continuing and carrying on with these traditions, and it's just getting bigger and better, and all the different influences. And I mean, Transformers was my childhood.
Yeah.
I know, obviously, we've had every few years we've had a movie, but Transformers was a big thing when I was a little girl.
I remember seeing the Transformer movie back in '86, and the soundtrack is amazing.
You ever want to feel old? Just remember that moment in one of the earlier live action Transformers where we couldn't have the one that's a cassette tape anymore.
No.
Because people don't know what cassette tapes are. Turned into a CD player.
Yeah.
That made me feel old like very little else.
Yeah. Soundwave.
Yeah. It's like, cassette tape, what's that? Well, if you know what you do with a cassette tape and a pencil, how's your back? And I like that they've said they're going to, bigger and better and
more family orientated, yeah.
Because it truly, it's an indication of a good management team if they want to keep looking at how they can improve things and not just cookie cutter, it works, we'll roll with that. So.
Yeah, and she said that they were looking at all the guidelines to make sure that everything is accessible as they can. The one thing that I was a bit concerned about when Bobby wanted to use the facilities in this actual unit here are not disability friendly.
Which is slightly ironic given that we are in the Paralympic grounds.
I mean, if you go to the gym, yes,
very much so. And the Olympic Village, very much so. But not this particular building. You have to go out and round. Which,
in his instance, he's quicker than the rest of us because he's battery powered.
He's speedy, yeah.
But for those of us that limbs fall off of when we try and walk, less cool. But nothing's perfect, is it?
No.
So the fact that they are looking at what they can do and wanting to do better each time, that says a lot.
Yeah, and as I say, it's improved from June to October, so...
I look forward to seeing what they do for next June.
Definitely. Well, it's always a pleasure talking with you, you know that.
Anytime, sweetheart.
Because it's always fun.
Never know what you're going to get, but...
Yeah, but that's what makes it fun.
I know. It's just always a case of buckle up, Buttercup. I'm as surprised as you are. Well, thank you for having me on again.
Yeah, I love having you on the show, you know that. And, yeah, we'll speak again soon.
All righty.
Once again, it was a great day out, and I'm looking forward to being part of Aylesbury Comic Con next year. So I think it's time for the music quiz. Now, I thought I'd mix it up a little bit this year for the music quiz, so I've asked Eddie to compile and compare the quiz so that I can take part. This should be fun.
Oh, yeah, loads of fun. We know how well I did on this last year.
If I can say one thing, is boys, brace yourself. So I thought, well, it is Christmas. Let's stick with the 12 days of Christmas. So I've got 12 bits of music. Earlier on in the podcast, we were talking about retro computing. Well, these are all pop songs or rock songs. You know, they're pretty well famous songs, but they're done in 8-bit music.
Oh, great.
So I've got 12 songs, and all you've got to do is give me the artist or artiste and the song name. And we'll be very generous. You can have a point for each if you do well.
Ooh.
Now, the way that's been recorded, I can only play it once. So, panic stations.
Can you not pause after each one? Or
yeah, there is a little place where I can pause, and if we need to go back, I can. But we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Hopefully it works first time. Are we ready?
Sure.
So, song number 1. Did you get that?
Yep.
Yeah, heard that all right.
We're okay. So that was number 1. Are we ready for song number 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
You, John?
Yeah, I guess. Not off to a good start.
Oh, dear.
I think I know what it is.
I know what it is.
Oh, there we are. There we are. Okay. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll move on. Song number 3. There's a lot of thinking going on there.
How you doing, John?
Yeah, go ahead.
We're okay. That was number 3. So on to song number 4. You don't get much of that because that's easy, if you know the song.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're okay? All good? Right then. Song number 5.
All I'm going to say on that one is you don't get points knocked off for spelling, do you?
No, we'll all show off. No spelling mistakes allowed. No, you're fine. The pressure's on now. The pressure is on. Right then, are we okay to move on?
Yep.
Lovely. There we go. Song number 6. Now, that one does actually sound like an 80s game.
I was thinking more like Final Fantasy.
Yeah, there is that Final Fantasy element to it, yeah. There we go, that was number 6. Are we all okay?
Yeah.
Should we move on? Is John okay?
Yep.
Yeah, lovely. Number 7.
Easy.
There we go.
See, that one was easy.
Yeah.
We'll give you at least one easy one. That's all
Thank
I'd
you.
like to do. There we go. Naughty. Right, song number 8, I'm sure we're all ready. Here we go, song number 8.
Another easy one.
There we go. Throw a few in. I've got a feeling though that song number 9, you might not say that, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Song number 9. Here we go. Are you okay, John?
Nope, don't know that one.
No. Can't have them all easy. Do you need more thinking time or Mark's thinking? Oh.
Got it.
Oh. Right then, song number 10. Here we go. There we go, that's number 10.
Sounds familiar, but I can't place it. I have a feeling that when you mention the title, I'm going to hit myself in the head for that one.
Yeah,
I am as well, because it's on the tip of my tongue, but I just...
Used a lot on TV and film, I think, that one. Number 11. Here we go. Now that one sounds exactly the same, really, without the singing on.
If it's the song I think it is, it sounds like the best bit of the song, and the rest of it's crap.
Yes. Yeah. Right then, and the last one, song number 12, goes like this. There you go. There's all your 12 songs.
I think I've done all right.
You think you're okay? You're okay?
I got killed.
Oh, sorry.
It's like that last one, I know it, but I just the title and the singer completely escaped my mind.
Right. I know the song.
Yep.
But whether I've got the name of the singer right, I'm not 100% sure.
Actually, I think I might know who sang it, but I don't remember the name of the song. Yep, oh well.
And I've been a bit naughty as well, boys, because I thought if I told you this at the start of the quiz, it'd have made it too easy. You can have an extra 5 bonus points if you can find, for question 13, there's a link with all the songs.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. You see it? Right then, shall we do some answers?
Okay.
Shall we swap papers? Lovely. Right then, so song number 1. Any ideas on who it was?
I've got David Bowie and Starman.
It was David Bowie and Starman. Well done. Well done. There we go. Song number 2.
Intergalactic by Beastie Boys.
Did you say there's 2 points? One for
one for the artist and one for the song. It was John straight in there with the.
Yeah.
One of your favourites, was it there, John?
No, I just know it.
Oh, you just know it. You just know it. There we are. Song number 3.
Got Walking on the Moon by the Police.
It was Walking on the Moon by the Police.
Not gonna lie, I don't know that one. I know a lot of police. I know a lot of police songs, but not that one.
I hope my leg don't break. Walking on the moon.
Maybe if I heard it, the real song, but that didn't sound familiar.
What, the 8-bit version or me and Mark singing
either?
It?
The title doesn't ring a bell either. So
there we go. Number 4.
Black Hole Sun, Soundgarden.
That one.
Okay,
that's it.
What I've got.
Yeah, Soundgarden.
Now there is a version of that I've heard, which is done on a Moog keyboard.
Oh, okay.
Which is by a group called the Moog Cookbook, and they do some really good covers, and that is one of their covers, and it sounds very 8-bit. So
that'd be great. I'll have to have a nosy. Number 5. No issues with spelling on this one.
Yeah, it definitely isn't the correct spelling, but I've got Jamiroquai, Cosmic Girl.
It is Jamiroquai, Cosmic Girl. Well done.
Nope.
Well done. That was a no from John. Sorry, John.
Nope, that was a big no from me.
That was a no there.
Yep.
I love Jamiroquai. So.
Yeah, I was a big fan in the 90s. Number 5, we've gone back in time with this one. Oh, no, number 6, sorry. Number 6.
Fly Me to the
Moon.
That's Frank Sinatra.
Yep,
that's the one. That's the one. Fly Me to the Moon, Frank Sinatra. Number 7. John was straight in to say that he got this straight away.
Oh, that's Rocket Man Elton John.
Rocket Man Elton John.
That's me. That's my nickname when I did the space events for UK Astronomy. They called me the Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. So have you got the costume?
No, but JJ has.
Yeah, well, says it all. Says it all. Number 8.
Bad Moon Rising, Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Right. I'm going to get 1 point for that because I always get this song wrong. Because I always used to hear this song as Bad Moon Horizon.
Yep.
But Bad Moon Rising, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Now, number 9. We weren't sure that anybody'd get this, but I've got a feeling that Mark might have pulled it out of the bag here.
Yeah, it's the Carpenters' Interplanetary Craft.
Ooh,
Oh my God.
He got it. How you got that?
Dude.
But for showing off, do we deduct a point because the song is actually called Calling Occupants?
Occupants.
Of Interplanetary Craft. No, we'll let you about that.
I used to have that on a single.
Isn't it strange?
Way back
what a
when.
strange song. Of all the songs they've done, and then that comes out, and you go, okay.
Because that was around the time that Close Encounters of the Third Kind came out.
Yeah, the cash cow reared its head again. Yeah. Number 10.
Is the one we're going to kick ourselves.
Yeah. The band's called Muse.
Yeah.
And it's Starlight.
I knew it was Muse, but I was going, right, which one? I can't get this. So, no, I didn't get that.
Did you get that one? No. Number 11.
Spaceman, Babylon Zoo.
That's it. Spaceman, Babylon Zoo.
Never heard of it.
It used to be on a Levi's commercial.
Yeah, big in the 90s, wasn't it? Mid-90s that one came out.
Never heard of Babylon Zoo.
You're not missing much.
They made 2 songs, and in the UK, I don't think the second one made it top 100.
No, it didn't.
So,
Spaceman was huge, and then that was it.
This song only made it to number 1 because of the Levi's commercial, and they play a little bit in the Levi's commercial, and everybody thought, oh, this is going to be brilliant.
What a great song. No.
And then they slow it right down, and this bloke starts singing on it, and you think, what the hell is this?
See, bias, that didn't even come over to the U.S.
Well, all right then. So 11, one song didn't, 11 did. And the last one, number 12.
Moon Dance by, is it Van Morrison?
It is.
I got Van Morrison.
Van Morrison Moon Dance. There we go. And I'm sure everybody got the link there.
The space link?
The space link, there was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when I do the pub quiz, when I do the music round, there's always a link. But me and Leslie always have to try and sneak in a darkness song. So you're very lucky there's no darkness in there.
So you said it was 5 for the link?
Well, 5 for the link. Why not? It's Christmas.
I'm not even sure what that link is that you're talking about, so I don't even get that.
Starman, Intergalactic, Walking on the Moon, Black Hole.
All right.
Cosmic Girl,
I see
Fly
where
Me
you're
to the
going.
Moon, Rocket Man, yeah.
Okay, I heard link, and I thought you meant the URL where you got those songs.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm looking on the websites, like, link to the websites? What?
It's that goddamn British accent.
I think so, man.
So how did we do?
I only got 11. I got crushed on that one.
I think I got, if you include the link, 26?
Oh, good score. I do apologise. I thought a lot of those songs were international songs. John, sorry about
Most of them were. Absolutely
Just
were.
that one.
I'm sure Spaceman came out in the States, but it didn't do well.
As a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Not even, in the UK.
See, in the UK, we used to have a habit of, if the music was on an advert,
we'd buy it.
it came out as a single.
Yeah.
Like, for example, do you remember a song called, I think it was called The First Time by Robin Beck, and it was used in a Coca-Cola commercial in the 80s?
Yes, I do, yes. I only know it as the advert.
There was even a song by Bobby McFerrin called Thinking About Your Body, and they changed the lyrics slightly to I'm thinking about your chocolate, thinking about your taste. And it was on the Cadbury's advert. And I bought it as a single, and the cover was purple with gold writing on it and looked like a Cadbury's Dairy Milk packet.
JJ will have that in a folder.
If it was on an advert, we would rush to the record shop and say, and next thing you know, something like Reet Petite by Jackie Wilson has got to number 1 in the charts because it was on an advert.
Yeah, like the California Raisins.
Yeah.
That happened as well, didn't it?
Heard it through the grapevine.
That's it, yeah.
Got to number 1 because of the Levi's advert in the laundrette where he takes off his jeans and puts them in the washing machine and the girls are all looking at him in his boxer shorts.
Which is really annoying because Leslie does that to me when I'm in the kitchen trying to put my jeans in the washing machine because we're very similar body build.
They did a parody of it, if you remember, for Carlin Black Label.
Yes.
Where the two guys are sitting there naked in the laundrette and he takes off his jeans and puts them in the washing machine.
I bet he drinks Carling Black Label. Nah, he doesn't wash his underpants.
Your best bet for a fuller flavour.
The other thing we used to do, if a movie made its network television debut and it had a theme tune, a strong theme tune, or a strong song that was in it, that song would get to number 1. Like Berlin's Take My Breath Away.
Did Chariots of Fire do it as well? Or did that not make it? It did, yeah.
Theme song to Chariots of Fire was huge.
Yes.
People Are Strange by Echo and the Bunnymen. When the Lost Boys made its debut on British TV, that went straight to number 1.
Amazing. I didn't know that happened.
Oh, shoot. What was the one by Shoot? It became super popular because of Stranger Things over here on Netflix.
Oh, Kate Bush.
Kate Bush.
Running Up That Hill.
Run Up the Hill, yeah, that's the one.
Running Up Hill,
Yeah.
yeah. When it originally came out, she didn't have a number 1 with it. So it took like nearly 40 years for her to get a number 1 with that song.
Because Stranger Things did it for Metallica as well, didn't they?
Well, I mean, Metallica's always been big over here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
but to say they've not had a song in the charts for a while, and then all of a sudden, Metallica are back in there with
maybe.
because of Stranger Things. Great.
Who stopped the Spice Girls from getting to number 1?
Oh, Teletubbies.
Yep.
It was it?
The Teletubbies stopped the Spice Girls getting to number 1.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Welcome to Britain.
I mean, you know, Mark's going to laugh at this one. When you've got a song that can be a hit about living in a cardboard box, nothing surprises me about you guys anymore.
That's a great song. We had a
Living
song.
in a Box by Living in a Box is a great song.
We had a great song about Star Trek across the universe. We were trekking.
Star trekking across the universe.
Yes, see?
On the Starship Enterprise under Captain Kirk. Oh, yeah.
Eddie, do you remember a song called Edelweiss?
Well, I mean, from Sound of Music.
By Edelweiss.
No. And the song from Sound of Music, but...
The song was crossed between Edelweiss from The Sound of Music and Last Night a DJ Saved My Life. And they've mixed the two together, and it was called Edelweiss. It was by a Swedish band called Edelweiss. Now, this same band, and you might need to check this out, John, brought another song out in the early 90s called Starship Edelweiss. And it was basically the original Star Trek theme from the 1960s show, set to a dance beat with a load of phrases and stuff stuck all over it. It didn't do very well.
I've not heard of that version of it, no.
I actually have it on 12-inch single, because I like some cheese.
Oh, it's got to be done. It's got to be done.
And on the actual cover of the 12-inch single, on the back of it, it looks like a cardboard cutout of the Edelweiss version of the Starship Enterprise that you can cut out and put it together as a model.
Speaking of cheese, did you hear there's another Wallace and Gromit coming out?
I think BBC want to show it Christmas Day, I think.
Nice.
Apparently all the Christmas idents for the BBC are all Wallace and
Yes,
Gromit.
and on Strictly Come Dancing, just gone, the terms and conditions were read out by Wallace and Gromit for voting, which was very
Nice.
cute. Yeah.
Nice.
And the guy that does the new voice for Wallace is superb. Absolutely superb.
Yeah, because...
very talented man.
Guy who did it originally died a few years ago, didn't he?
A while ago.
Yeah.
What was his name? Peter. Was it Peter something?
Yes.
Was it Peter Sallis?
Sallis, yes.
Last of the Summer Wine.
I actually have a Wallace and Gromit alarm clock right here on my desk, right next to my Saturn V Lego.
Awesome.
Is that still holding up your ceiling?
No. It's. I mean, it's really close. It's only like 3 inches away from the ceiling.
So if ever that part of it collapses, it'll hold it up.
Yeah, it probably could.
Now, we can't have our Christmas crossover without a festive tune, so we'd like to end the show with something just a little bit special. So joining us is someone who is special to us all at the Garbage Pod and TGP Nominal, and especially to Eddie, because it's his better half. But not just because she becomes part of the crew for that one time of the year when Australia becomes part of Europe. Anybody who doesn't know what we mean by that is she joins us for our annual Eurovision podcast. Not only because she sings the official Field of Force Day parodies, but because she sings a Christmas track for us every year. So take it away, Lezley-ann Shaw.
Hi everyone, this is Lezley-ann Shaw, wishing all the Garbage Pod and TGP Nominal listeners a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This year, my little gift to you is one of my recordings. Whether you want that gift or not is another question, but you're having it. This one is one of the recordings hot off the press. Literally just finished recording this one, so exclusive, if you will, for you guys. It's an absolute Christmas classic, screams festivities from the second it starts. A great cinematic sounding song for you. So until I join you for the Eurovision shenanigans in 2025, I'm going to leave you with this one. I'm going to wish you all a Merry Christmas, because after all, it is the most wonderful time of the year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all, with those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the happiest season of all. There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows with toasting and caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time. Yes, the most wonderful time. Oh, the most wonderful time of the year.
Once again, thanks, Leslie. That was wonderful. And if you don't feel Christmassy after that, then bar humbug.
I always feel a bit biased when Leslie sings, so I don't want to be too over the top. But thank you, Leslie.
She always sings us a song for the Eurovision show as well, and she always does us proud with whatever she does. So we're truly thankful for her to send these things because she has got an amazing voice.
One day she'll sing my favourite Finland song, but she hasn't done it yet.
Lordy.
Yes.
Hard Rock Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. It's very Christmas, isn't it? Very Christmassy.
Yes, apart from the satanic
yeah, let's not
overtone.
So does Fairy Tale of New York still get a lot of play over there? Or has that kind of started to go away?
No, it does.
It's been edited.
Yeah, of course it has been.
Well, apparently they sang 2 versions of it. The word that was offensive has now turned to something about being haggard.
Haggard, yes. You see people arguing on the internet about it, and it's like, well, Kirsty MacColl recorded 2 versions of it anyway, so...
Yeah.
I don't see why...
But, haggard actually does work, though. It does fit the place of that one word.
Yeah.
See, I don't understand what the problem is. I mean, you can buy them from the butcher, and Mr. Brains still sells them.
He does. They're lovely. In their own
Probably
juice.
don't know what we're talking about, do you, John?
No, I don't.
There are a meat product. They're a bit like meatballs with extra protein. I don't know what else is in them. I don't really want to know what else is in them.
Brains, lung, kidneys, liver.
And they are called, the F word. They are called that.
Okay.
So if you can buy them from the butchers, then it can't be offensive.
TGP listeners, this is Casper Van Dien. Welcome to the Roughnecks and Merry Christmas.
Hello, science lovers. It's Steph Evs of The Stimulus. I hope you and your loved ones have a wonderful holiday and a happy new year.
Hi, Mark. It's your super fan, Laura LaRue, calling from the USA to wish you, John, and Eddie a spectacular holiday and a very Merry New Year.
Spamhead Productions are a small independent sound recording company based in rural Hertfordshire. We specialise in creating content for all your podcasting needs, whether it be field recordings, vox pops, or capturing the atmosphere during social events. Editing is a very time-consuming job, so Spamhead Productions are on hand to take away some of the burden for you. Just advise us on how you'd like your content to sound, and we will do the rest. We can even help you design and manage a website for your podcast too. Visit us now, spamheadproductions.weebly.com. That's spamheadproductions.weebly.com.
So we've come to the end of the Garbage Pod stroke TGP Nominal Christmas Crossover for 2024. Thanks to both you guys for coming on board.
You're welcome. Not only Clowin.
Yeah, no problem.
I hope you all enjoyed your time with us, and I'd like to thank everyone who has made both the Garbage Pod and TGP Nominal possible this year, including Ross Hockham from UK Astronomy, Will from Twice Brewed Stargazing, Dan Pye from Kildare Observatory, Matt and Joe Fox from Space Fund, Ian Hine from Dead Universe Comics, Lezley-ann Shaw, Liz Springs and Bobby Asterlus. I'd also like to thank Ruth Mayhew and all her team at Aylesbury Town Council for being so accommodating during Live in the Park, all the bands and artists that took time out to chat with us during the event, and FBL Broadcasting for allowing us use the audio from the live stream during the day. I'd like to thank everyone at Bolt Events and Aylesbury Library for being so hospitable towards us. And of course, thanks to everyone who has listened to us waffle on over the last year. Hopefully 2025 will be bigger and better for the Garbage Pod family. So we'll speak to you all again soon in the new year. And as Santa would say,
ho, 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 Merry Christmas.
Well, that about wraps it up for this episode of TGP Nominal.
If you want to get in touch with us, then
Send an email to garbagepod@virginmedia.com, where your input is our output.
or click the social media icons at the top left of the page over at tgpnominal.weebly.com.
If you would like to subscribe to any of our podcasts, you can do so via Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, and TuneIn.
And you can listen to me going solo, bringing you the latest in movies and home theater for regular people in the Widescreen podcast over at widescreen.org.
Don't forget to rate and review us. If you like what we're doing here, then why not buy us a pint by clicking on the donate button on any of the podcast pages. And don't forget to spread the word about us.
Ho, 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 toodles. Ho, ho.